Hey guys, this is Casey here with Lions Den Investments and Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about the benefits of starting a business and why being an employee is a loser's game when it comes to investing and trying to get ahead, all right? So I'm going to show you in the next 10 minutes exactly why being an employee is a bad idea. So keep watching and I'll see you in the next segment of the video. All right, so why is it beneficial in starting a business? We're going to explain that here in the next 10 minutes. I'm going to show you exactly why being an employee is a loser's game. It's not going to get you ahead, okay? But we got to start with taxes, because taxes is probably one of the most important aspects of trying to get ahead and save money. Because keep in mind, it's not how much you earn, it's how much you keep that will keep you accumulating income into the future, okay? So getting started here, what I'm going to do is cover the cash flow quadrant. And you may have seen this before from a man by the name of Robert Kiyosaki. So I'm going to give credit where credit's due here. But basically what he did is he broke down the earning income plane and the different quadrants that you can be in as somebody earning income, okay? So you've got E for employee, business, or a B for business owner. S is for a specialist, somebody like a doctor, an attorney, a lawyer. And then you've got I, which is investor. All right, now each one of these categories is taxed differently. And it's important to know this because as an employee, you're basically going to trade your time for money. So you can work, 8 hours a day. Now here's the problem with that though, being an employee. You only have so much time in a day. You only got 24 hours in a day. So you could work all 24 hours and do that for 2 or 3 years. Yes, you're going to increase your income, but you're going to be exhausted from that. And eventually it's just going to, it's going to wear and tear on you, especially when it comes to your health. So, you can only make so much money as an employee because you only have so much time that, you can basically earn income. The next is specialist. Well, specialists are the same way. Okay, so they only have a certain amount of time that they can trade in order to increase their income. So they're still employees. Now, business owners are a little bit different because they use other people's time, or OPT, and that's to create their money. So basically what they'll do is they'll hire people and utilize those people's time in order to, earn more income. So they're utilizing other people's time. Which is a much better way to do it because you can basically multiply your efforts through other people. And, when it comes to working and doing certain tasks to earn income, as a business owner, you can put in 1,000 hours in one day utilizing other people instead of your own 24 hours that you have, in a 24-hour time frame. So the other one is investors. Now, investors use other people's time and other people's money to create their money. Now, being an investor is pretty cool. I'm an investor myself, and one thing I've noticed is when you go to invest in the stock market, say, and buy shares of a company, what is the number one thing that companies are really motivated to do when it comes to earning income and running a business? It's keeping their shareholders happy, right? So as a investor, you're a shareholder, and again, you're utilizing other people's time. So all the employees of the company, you're utilizing their time and the CEO's time to get a return on your investment, because the CEO of that company is really in tune with what the shareholders want. And you don't want to disappoint your investors when it comes to running your business. You want to do that and get the best results possible so that you can keep those people as investors and throwing more money towards your company in the future, because all that money that's being invested in the company is helping the company grow. So it's very important to be on the opposite side of the quadrant as the employees and specialists. So basically what you want to do, you're going to start out as an employee, right? Most of us are, which is fine. I'm not against that, but I'm telling you, as an employee, you're not going to get ahead, guys. There's just no way around that unless you shift your mindset and your paradigm from being an employee and specialist and you go over here to the other side of the quadrant on this left side where you're a business owner and investor. Now the cool thing is you can do this while you're still an employee. And that's what I've been doing for the last year and a half as far as being a business owner. Now I've been an investor over here for probably a good, I don't know, 5 or 6 years at least. So what I did is I jumped from an employee down here to an investor, and then with the earned income that I'm making from my investments, I can either throw that in here to the business, or I can just throw it right back into my investments as a shareholder to increase my my income passively. Now there are tax advantages, and this is why I say being an employee is a loser's game, because there's tax advantages for business owners and investors that are far better than being an employee or a specialist. So with an employee, the taxes normally are going to be around 30%, 30 to 35%. And that's the highest tax for an employee. It's ordinary income. And then you've got specialists over here who are taxed at the highest amount. And specialists are the smartest people on planet Earth for the most part. That's your engineers, your doctors, your attorneys. And these guys, you know, when they make $100,000 or $200,000, they're getting taxed at the highest tax rate possible. So, you know, let's say they make 6 figures working for another company, they're going to get taxed at least 35%, if not more. I know a couple of years ago, the government changed the laws for people that were making over like $250,000 a year, and they're literally taxing those guys at 45 to 50% of their income. Now, how do I know this? Because my uncle, for instance, he owns his own business, but he makes like $300,000 a year. You know, it's not every year he makes that, but he makes good money. And anytime he goes over $250,000 a year, he's taxed at like 45 or 50% of his income. So he loses half of it right off the bat. So the reason why it's beneficial to start a business is because as you shift over here to the business, your taxes go down because of deductions. So in other words, like when you're hiring people or spending money on your business, those are business expenses. You can deduct those at the end of the year and knock your taxes down so that you don't owe as much. And so normally business owners, they're going to be right around the 15 to 30% range when it comes to taxes, depending on how much they have in deductions. Now, investors, they're going to get taxed at 0 to 20%. And, not all of them, it just depends on what investment or what stock you own. But I can tell you right now, like oil, for instance, is a great one to go with when it comes to saving money on taxes because it's higher risk. So, to entice people to invest in oil, what they'll do is give them a tax break at the end of the year, and normally you only have to pay about 20% on taxes. So those are just some things to keep in mind when it comes to starting a business because, there's just no way around it. You need to start a business if you already haven't done so. And you can do that by, tapping into your natural abilities that you have, things that you might be interested in. If you need help starting something like that, you can go to my YouTube channel, DIY Digital Marketing. I'll leave a link in the description below this video. You can go check that out. But that's essentially what my YouTube channel is about over on DIY Digital Marketing, is to help people get started with a business. And you can take it online too, which is really cool. So you don't have to run like a brick and mortar store and pay thousands upon thousands of dollars out of your own pocket to just get started. Being online is much more cost effective. As a matter of fact, you can get started online pretty much for free. I mean, you may need like $100 to get started, and that's it. So if you're watching this, chances are you're thinking about that. And if you've been telling yourself, well, I just don't have the money to get started, go over to my DIY Digital Marketing YouTube channel, and I'll start showing you how to get started doing that. Or you can go to my my marketing company, which is my business. It's at ldiadvertising.com. I'll leave the link in the description for that as well. But you can go there, you can go through my funnel, fill out an application, and I'll get in touch with you over the phone, and I can start helping you, get started with running your own business online. But other than that, that's all I have for today's video. Smash the subscribe button below if you haven't already, and keep watching, because I'm gonna be putting out some more videos on investing and different products and services that we use to get our own company started with, like DIY digital marketing. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I will talk to you later.